Do you ever finish a long day of work or study and feel like your brain is wrapped in fog? Like you're trying to think through thick honey? What if I told you that 15 simple daily habits could make your brain sharper, faster, and more energetic? Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher, and today we're exploring how to boost your brain power while learning essential English vocabulary. These aren't complicated scientific theories, they're simple actions you can start today. Here's what's exciting. As you learn these brain-boosting habits, you're also training your brain by learning English. It's a double benefit, improving your mind while improving your language. Let's start with a simple question. What did you have for breakfast? If you said nothing or just coffee, your brain is already running on empty. Let's fix that together. Let's begin with 3 habits that transform your focus and energy. Habit 1, the 90-minute rule. Your brain isn't designed for marathon work sessions. It works in cycles, like waves in the ocean. Key vocabulary. Rhythm, a pattern that repeats. Work in a rhythm. Focus, then rest. Focus, then rest. Here's the science. Your brain focuses best for about 90 minutes. After that, it needs a break. Fighting this natural rhythm is like swimming against the current, exhausting and ineffective. Try this. Set a timer for 90 minutes. Focus on one task, not 5. Take a 15-minute break. Repeat. Common mistake. I worked 5 hours straight. That's not productive. That's exhausting your brain. Better approach? I worked in 90-minute blocks with breaks. Habit 2. Morning sunlight. This sounds too simple to work, but it's powerful. Stand outside for 5 to 10 minutes each morning. No sunglasses, no phone, just you and natural light. Why it works? Sunlight tells your brain, wake up. Sets your sleep-wake cycle. Boost your mood naturally. Costs? Nothing. Useful phrases. I need to catch some sun. Let me step outside for fresh air. Morning light helps me wake up. These tips are already changing how you think about your brain, right? If you're learning something valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. Comment below. What time do you usually see sunlight? Habit 3. The morning walk. Before checking emails or social media, take a 10-minute walk. No headphones, no distractions. Vocabulary. Mental fog, when thinking feels unclear. A morning walk clears mental fog. Creative mode, when your brain makes new connections. Walking puts your brain in creative mode. During your walk, your brain does amazing things. It processes yesterday's information, prepares for today's challenges, reduces stress hormones, and increases creative thinking. Grammar point. Present simple for habits. I walk every morning, not I am walking. Sunlight helps me think, not is helping. Your brain is like a car engine. It needs the right fuel to run well. Habit 4. Brain food choices. Heavy meals make you sleepy. Light, nutritious meals keep you sharp. Brain-boosting foods, blueberries, memory improvement, nuts, sustained energy, fish, omega-3 for brain health, dark chocolate, yes, really, in small amounts. Avoid brain-draining foods, heavy fried foods, too much sugar, processed snacks, energy drinks. Temporary boost, big crash. Vocabulary. Sustained energy, Energy that lasts. Nuts provide sustained energy, not quick crashes. Brain drain. Something that reduces mental energy. That heavy lunch was a real brain drain. Habit 5. Mindful eating. Eat without distractions. No phone, no TV, just you and your food. Benefits. Better digestion. Notice when you're full. Actually taste your food. Reduce stress. Key phrase, mindful, paying full attention. Be mindful of what you eat and how you eat. Common mistake, I'm watching TV while eating. This leads to overeating and poor digestion. Habit 6, the power nap. A 20-minute nap is like pressing reset on your brain. Important, 20 minutes, not 2 hours. 20 minutes equals refreshed. 2 hours equals groggy and confused. Vocabulary. Sweet spot. The perfect point. 20 minutes is the sweet spot for naps. Recharge. Restore energy. A short nap recharges your brain. Your phone might be making your brain lazy. Let's fix that. Habit 7, digital fasting. Create phone-free time zones in your day. Try this. First hour of morning, no phone. During meals, no phone. Last hour before bed, no phone. Vocabulary. Dopamine hit. Quick pleasure burst. Every notification gives a small dopamine hit. Rewire. Change brain patterns. Digital fasting rewires your brain for focus. Habit 8. Silent mornings. Start your day in silence. No music, no podcasts, no news. Why? Your prefrontal cortex, thinking brain, needs quiet to activate properly. Benefits: clearer thinking, better decision-making, less anxiety, more creativity. Useful expressions. I need some quiet time. Let me think in silence. Morning quiet helps me focus. Halfway through. Still with me? You're doing great. Subscribe if these brain tips are helping you learn English better. What's your biggest digital distraction? Tell me in the comments. Habit 9, the brain dump. Before bed, write everything on your mind in a notebook. Vocabulary. Brain dump. Emptying thoughts onto paper. A nightly brain dump helps me sleep. Open loops. Unfinished mental tasks. Close open loops by writing them down. This works because your brain stops trying to remember. You sleep better. Solutions often appear overnight. A learning brain is a healthy brain. Let's activate yours. Habit 10. Curiosity bursts. Spend 5 minutes daily exploring one random question. Examples: why is the sky blue? How do airplanes fly? Why do we yawn? Vocabulary. Curiosity. Desire to learn. Curiosity keeps your brain young. Random. Without pattern. Random learning is surprisingly effective. Habit 11. The teach-back method. Explain what you learned to someone or yourself in the mirror. Key phrase. Let me explain it simply. This forces your brain to organize information, find simple words, check understanding, remember better. For English learners, after learning new words, teach them to someone. Habit 12. Curiosity hour. Set aside time to learn something just for fun, not for work, not for exams, pure enjoyment. Benefits: reduces stress, improves memory, increases creativity, makes you interesting. Grammar tip: gerunds after enjoy. I enjoy learning new things, not to learn. She loves reading about history, not to read. Your emotional health directly affects your brain power. Habit 13. Real conversations. Have one face-to-face conversation daily. Not texting, real talking. This releases oxytocin, the connection chemical that reduces stress, improves mood, sharpens thinking, builds relationships. Vocabulary: face-to-face, in person. Face-to-face talks beat texting. Connection, meaningful link with others. Human connection feeds the brain. Habit 14. Gratitude practice. Write 3 things you're thankful for each night. Simple format. I'm grateful for. I appreciate. I'm thankful that. This literally changes your brain to notice more positive things. Habit 15. The one problem journal. Write 1 problem before bed. Don't try to solve it, just write it. Your sleeping brain will work on it. Often, you'll wake up with ideas. Vocabulary: subconscious, the part of mind you're not aware of. Your subconscious solves problems while you sleep. Let's create your personal brain boost plan. Choose 3 habits to start this week. Morning, pick 1. 5 minutes of sunlight, 10-minute walk, silent start. Afternoon, pick 1. 90-minute work blocks, 20-minute nap, mindful lunch. Evening, pick 1. Brain dump journal, gratitude list, digital sunset. Remember these key phrases. I'm training my brain. Small habits, big changes. Progress, not perfection. Every day, a little better. Common mistakes to avoid. Trying all 15 habits at once? Overwhelming. Giving up after one bad day? Everyone slips. Expecting instant results. Brains change slowly. Your homework: choose 1 habit. Do it for 7 days. Notice the difference. Final vocabulary review. Rhythm, repeated pattern. Mindful, fully aware. Mental fog, unclear thinking. Recharge, restore energy. Curiosity, desire to learn. Gratitude, thankfulness. Thank you for these 60 minutes of brain-boosting English practice. Your brain has been working hard, learning English while learning about itself. These habits aren't just theory, they're scientifically proven. Start small, be consistent, and watch your brain transform. If these brain-boosting tips helped you learn English better, share this with someone who needs a mental boost. Subscribe for more lessons that improve your English and your life. Comment your commitment. Which one habit will you start tomorrow? Remember, your brain isn't lazy or broken. It just needs the right care. Feed it well, rest it properly, challenge it daily, and it will amaze you. This is Artificial Fluency, reminding you that learning English is one of the best brain-boosting habits of all. Every new word grows your brain. Every practice session builds new connections. Keep learning, keep growing, keep boosting that amazing brain of yours. Today's comprehensive lesson is organized into 6 powerful sections, each building on the previous one. First, we'll explore deep work and attention management, why your ability to focus is your most valuable skill, and how to protect it. Second, we'll discuss the science of learning, how your brain actually works, and what this means for studying English and any other skill. Third, we'll examine personal growth principles, the mindset shifts that separate people who grow from those who stay stuck. Fourth, we'll cover meaningful relationships and communication, how to build deeper connections with others through better English and emotional intelligence. Fifth, we'll look at daily habits for success, small actions that compound into life-changing results. And finally, we'll apply everything to your English learning journey. Practical strategies to accelerate your progress using these principles. Each section includes real-world examples, essential vocabulary, and techniques you can implement starting today. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's start with what might be the most important skill of our time, the ability to focus deeply. In our distracted world, this has become a rare and valuable ability. What is deep work? Here's how experts define it. Deep work means working with full focus, no distractions, no multitasking, no background noise. Just you and your task and your full mental power. This might sound simple, but think about your typical day. How often do you work on something important without checking your phone, email, or social media? For most people, the answer is almost never. Teaching note. Full mental power means using all of your brain's ability and concentration. Mental power refers to your thinking capacity, like how physical power refers to your strength. Multitasking means trying to do several things at the same time. Why deep work matters. Research shows that deep work enables several things: faster thinking and problem solving, deeper learning and better memory, higher quality results in less time, greater satisfaction, and sense of accomplishment. As productivity expert Cal Newport says, the person who can focus wins. Not just wins, rules. Teaching note. Rules here doesn't mean makes rules for others. In this context, it means dominates or is the most successful. It's a strong way to say someone is clearly the best or most powerful in their field. Your attention is your bank account. Think of attention this way. Your attention is your real bank account. What makes or breaks your life is where you spend your attention. Just like money, attention is limited. You can invest it wisely or waste it carelessly, But unlike money, once you spend your attention on something meaningless, you can never get that time back. Attention management vocabulary: full focus and full mental power. Your attention is your bank account. Invest wisely versus waste carelessly. What makes or breaks your life? You can never get that time back. The problem with shallow work. Most people spend their days doing what experts call shallow work. This is work that looks important, but doesn't move your life forward. Work that fills the day, but empties your mind. Examples of shallow work include checking email every few minutes, attending unnecessary meetings, endless scrolling on social media, responding to non-urgent messages immediately. The result? You feel tired, but you've done nothing meaningful. Teaching note: move your life forward means to make progress toward your goals or improve your situation. Fill the day but empty your mind is a powerful contrast. Your time is occupied, but you're not growing or accomplishing anything meaningful. Protecting your focus. The world will try to steal your attention every second. Here are strategies to protect it. 1. Block deep work time. Block 2 hours every day for your most important goal. This time is sacred. Sacred means extremely important and protected. During this time, turn off all notifications, close email and social media, tell others you're unavailable, focus on only one important task. 2. Embrace boredom. If you can't handle boredom, you will never be able to handle deep focus. We've become addicted to constant stimulation. Train your brain by waiting in line without checking your phone, taking walks without music or podcasts, and sitting quietly for a few minutes each day. Teaching note: handle in this context means deal with or manage. I can't handle this stress means the stress is too much for you to manage. Sacred means holy or extremely important, something you protect and respect. 3. Quit social media or use it intentionally. Social media is not free. You are paying for it with your time, your focus, your peace, and your potential. If you must use social media, use it like a professional with a clear purpose. Don't scroll mindlessly. 4. Drain the shallow. If you don't drain the shallow, it will drown your greatness. This means identifying and eliminating activities that don't contribute to your goals. Ask yourself, does this activity help me grow or achieve something important? Deep work application for English learning. For English learners, deep work means setting aside uninterrupted time for focused study. Choosing one skill to improve at a time. Listening, speaking, reading, or writing. Removing distractions during practice sessions. And engaging fully with the material rather than passively consuming it. Key learning points for deep work. Full mental power means complete concentration. Move your life forward means make meaningful progress. Sacred means extremely important and protected. Handle can mean deal with or manage. Deep work requires protecting your attention like money. Understanding how your brain works can revolutionize your learning. Let's explore the science behind effective learning and what this means for mastering English. Exercise and brain power. Here's the fundamental truth. Your brain works better when your body moves. Exercise increases oxygen to the brain, improves memory and focus, boosts creativity, and protects against mental decline. Even 20 to 30 minutes of walking a day can start changing your brain. For English learners, this means take short walks while listening to English podcasts. Do light exercise before study sessions. Stand and move during long practice sessions. Teaching note. Mental decline refers to the gradual loss of thinking abilities that can happen as people age. Exercise helps prevent this. Boost creativity means to increase or improve your ability to think of new ideas. Your brain's primary purpose. Your brain evolved for survival in the jungle, not the classroom. It thrives on meaning, exploration, and challenge. When work feels meaningless, or you live a sedentary lifestyle, you experience mental burnout because your brain is bored, stressed, or disconnected from real purpose. Teaching note. Evolved for survival means your brain developed over thousands of years to help humans survive dangerous situations. Sedentary lifestyle means spending most of your time sitting and not moving much. Mental burnout is exhaustion from mental work or stress. Brain learning vocabulary. Your brain works better when your body moves. Evolved for survival in the jungle, thrives on meaning, exploration, and challenge, sedentary lifestyle, mental burnout, disconnected from real purpose. Every brain is different. Remember this. Every brain is wired differently. There is no single right way to learn. Some people learn better by listening, others by reading, others by doing. Stop comparing your brain to someone else's. For English learning, this means experiment with different methods. Find what works for your learning style. Don't feel bad if others learn differently than you. Memory, short-term versus long-term. Understanding memory can transform your study habits. Short-term memory is tiny and the writing fades in seconds if you don't repeat. Holds about 7 pieces of information for less than 30 seconds. Requires repetition to move to long-term memory. Long-term memory requires visiting information again and again over time. Is like a path in the forest that gets clearer with repeated use. Or like writing a word on wet cement that becomes permanent with repeated tracing before it dries. Teaching note. The writing fades in seconds means the information disappears, like ink fading from paper. Wet cement is concrete that hasn't hardened yet. You can write in it, but it only becomes permanent if you trace over it multiple times before it dries. Spaced repetition for English. Review new vocabulary after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week, then a month. Practice the same grammar pattern in different contexts over time. Return to difficult pronunciation sounds regularly. Memory vocabulary. The writing fades in seconds, holds about 7 pieces of information, visiting information again and again over time, like a path in the forest, like writing a word on wet cement. Sleep and learning. Sleep is not a waste of time. Sleep is your brain's most powerful tool. During sleep, your brain processes and consolidates memories, solves problems creatively, cleans out mental toxins, prepares for the next day's learning. Lack of sleep makes your brain perform like you're legally drunk. For optimal learning, prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Stress blocks learning. Quote, stress changes your brain. It stops you from learning. It blocks memory. It slows thinking. When you're stressed, the amygdala, or fear center, overrides your learning centers. This leads to emotional, distracted, and a foggy thinking. No flower can bloom in a storm, and no brain can learn under attack. Teaching note: the amygdala is a part of your brain that processes fear and emotions. When it's very active due to stress, it makes it hard for other parts of your brain to function normally. Foggy thinking means unclear or confused thinking. Stress management for learning. Create a calm study environment. Use breathing exercises before studying. Break large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Celebrate small wins to build confidence. Sensory integration. Quote, stimulate more of the senses. Learning is enhanced when you engage multiple senses simultaneously. When you combine more senses, you remember more, you understand faster, you stay focused longer. For English learning, listen while reading, or sight plus hearing, write while speaking, or touch plus hearing and sight, use visual aids with audio lessons, and practice pronunciation while looking in a mirror. Vision dominates. Your brain is a visual machine. It understands images faster, remembers pictures longer, and learns through visuals better than words alone. Over half of your brain's resources are used just for vision-related tasks. English learning applications use visual vocabulary cards. Watch English videos with subtitles. Create mind maps for grammar concepts. Associate new words with mental images. Brain science vocabulary. Sleep is your brain's most powerful tool. Legally drunk. Performing very poorly. No flower can bloom in the storm. Stimulate more of the senses. Your brain is a visual machine. Vision-related tasks. Exploration as natural drive. We are powerful and natural explorers. This instinct drives growth and learning. The brain chases curiosity, forms questions, builds maps, creates new pathways, tests ideas. For English learners, embrace exploration by asking questions about why English works the way it does, exploring different accents and dialects, investigating the cultural context of phrases, experimenting with creative uses of new vocabulary. Key learning points for brain science. Mental burnout comes from lack of purpose or challenge. The writing fades means information disappears quickly. Legally drunk describes very poor performance. Stimulate more of the senses for better learning. Your brain naturally wants to explore and discover. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Personal growth isn't just about learning new skills. It's about developing the mindset and emotional intelligence that lead to a fulfilling life. Let's explore the principles that drive meaningful change. The power of no. One of the most important skills for personal growth is learning to say no. Saying no is a full sentence. Research shows that people who can say no clearly are more trusted and more respected. Why? Because when you say yes when you don't want to, you let yourself down and you let that person down. And in the long term, you actually end up building resentment. An honest no is honesty in its purest form. Teaching note. In its purest form means in the most clear, direct, and uncomplicated way. Build resentment means to gradually develop angry or bitter feelings towards someone. Let someone down means to disappoint them. How to say no politely in English. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I can't commit to this right now. That sounds interesting, but it's not a good fit for my schedule. I'd love to help, but I have other priorities this week. Thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it. No vocabulary. Saying no is a full sentence. More trusted and more respected. Let yourself down and let that person down. Building resentment. Honesty in its purest form. Helping versus enabling. Here's a counterintuitive truth. Often when you try to help others, you can actually end up hurting them. Overhelping ends up enabling them and creates dependency, preventing people from developing resilience and self-reliance. Real coaching isn't carrying someone up the mountain. It's reminding them they have legs. Teaching note. Counterintuitive means opposite to what you would naturally think or expect. Enable means to make it possible for someone to continue doing something, often something negative. Self-reliance means the ability to depend on yourself. Healthy versus unhealthy help. Healthy help. Teaching someone how to solve problems. Offering emotional support while they work. Providing resources and guidance. Encouraging their efforts and progress. Unhealthy help. Solving all of their problems for them. Removing all consequences from their actions. Doing things they should learn to do themselves. Creating dependency instead of independence. Achievement versus alignment. Success without personal fulfillment is empty. Achievement without alignment feels like failure. Many people achieve external markers of success, good jobs, money, recognition, but still feel unhappy because their achievements don't match their core values. True happiness comes when you lose envy, when you lose ego, when you lose greed. These internal weeds push away human connection and authentic satisfaction. Teaching note. Alignment means harmony between your actions and your values or beliefs. Core values are your most fundamental beliefs about what's important in life. Internal weeds is a metaphor. Like weeds that damage a garden, these negative emotions damage your happiness. Finding alignment questions. Does this achievement reflect what I actually value? Am I pursuing this goal for myself or to impress others? Will this success help me become the person I want to be? Do my daily actions match my stated priorities? Imagine this. You put on your headphones, play an English lesson, go to sleep, and wake up speaking perfect English. No studying, no effort. Just sleep and learn. Sounds perfect, right? Well, I have news for you. And you might not like it. Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher, and today we're going to talk about one of the biggest myths in language learning, the idea that you can learn English while sleeping. I'll tell you the truth, explain why it doesn't work, and most importantly, show you what actually does work. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried playing English audio while sleeping? Did you wake up understanding more English? Be honest with yourself. The answer is probably no. Today, I'll explain why, using simple, clear English that you can understand. And by the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to use your sleep time properly to help your English learning. Let's start with the big question. Can you really learn English while sleeping? The short answer, no. The long answer, let me explain why. Your brain is amazing, but it's not magic. When you sleep, your brain is doing important work, but that work is not learning new information. Let me teach you some key vocabulary. Attention, focusing your mind on something. Learning needs attention. Sleep has no attention. Conscious, awake and aware. You must be conscious to learn new words. Process, to understand and organize information. Your brain processes information when you're awake. Here's what happens when you sleep. Your conscious mind turns off. Your attention disappears. Your brain stops taking in new information. Think about it this way. If you could learn while sleeping, every baby would wake up speaking perfect English just from hearing their parents talk. But they don't. Why? Because learning needs attention. If this is already helping you understand how learning really works, please hit that like button and subscribe. Have you ever tried sleep learning? Tell me in the comments what happened. Let me give you a simple comparison. Active learning. Awake. You hear a new word. You notice it's new. You think about its meaning. You try to remember it. Your brain stores it. Passive sleeping. Sounds enter your ears. Your brain ignores them. Nothing is stored. You wake up knowing nothing new. Common mistake. I'll just play English all night and learn. Reality. You'll just have poor sleep and learn nothing. Let's talk about what scientists have discovered about learning and sleep. Key vocabulary. Research. Scientific study. Research shows we can't learn while sleeping. Evidence. Proof that something is true. There's no evidence that sleep learning works. Myth. A false belief many people have. Sleep learning is a myth, not reality. Scientists have done many experiments. Here's what they found. Experiment 1. People listened to new words while sleeping. Result? They remembered nothing. Experiment 2. People listened to grammar rules while sleeping. Result? No improvement. Experiment 3. People played vocabulary all night. Result? They were tired and didn't learn. The only thing that happened? People slept badly. Now, let me teach you about noticing. This is crucial. Noticing means you recognize something new or different. It's that moment when your brain says, "Wait, this is important." Example, you hear me say crucial and think, what does that mean? You stop, check the meaning, very important, and try to use it. That is learning, and it only happens when you're awake. Grammar point. Present simple for scientific facts. Sleep helps memory. Always true. Learning requires attention. Always true. The brain needs rest. Always true. Now, sleep is important for learning, just not in the way you think. Sleep helps your brain in 3 ways. 1. Consolidation, making memories stronger. Sleep consolidates what you learned during the day. 2. Organization, arranging information. Your brain organizes new words while you sleep. 3. Connection, linking new with old knowledge. Sleep helps connect new English to what you know. Think of sleep like a librarian organizing books. During the day, you bring new books. During sleep, the librarian organizes them on shelves. Next day, you can find the books easily. But notice, the librarian doesn't create new books. They organize books that already exist. Vocabulary. Consolidate. Make stronger. Sleep consolidates memories. Review. Look at again. Review before sleep for better memory. Retain. Keep in memory. Good sleep helps retain information. Still with me? You're doing great. If you're learning the truth about sleep and learning, subscribe for more honest English lessons. What time do you usually go to sleep? Let me know in the comments. Here's the effective sleep routine for English learners. Before sleep, review new words from today. Read them out loud. Think about their meanings. Make simple sentences. During sleep, no audio. Just peaceful, quality sleep. Let your brain do its work. After waking, review yesterday's words. Try to remember without looking. Use them in new sentences. Let's talk about something important. The people who sell sleep learning programs. Vocabulary for this section. Scam, a dishonest plan to get money. Sleep learning courses are often scams. False promise, saying something will happen when it won't. Learn English in 30 nights is a false promise. Waste, use badly or throw away. Don't waste money on sleep learning programs. Red flags to watch for. Learn English in your sleep. No effort required. Fluent in 30 days. Secret method teachers don't want you to know. These are lies. All of them. Real teachers will tell you, Learning takes time. Learning takes effort. Learning takes practice. Learning takes attention. But here's the good news. Learning English is absolutely possible. You just need the right approach. Common sales tricks. Scientific breakthrough. It's not. Used by CIA agents. They don't. Subliminal learning. Doesn't work. Reprogram your brain. Impossible while sleeping. Remember this phrase. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Now let's talk about methods that actually work. These aren't magic. They're proven. Method 1. Active listening. 10 to 15 minutes daily. Choose interesting content. Listen with full attention. Pause and repeat. Look up new words. Listen again. Vocabulary. Active means doing something with energy and attention. Active listening means full focus. Passive means not doing anything. Passive listening doesn't work. Method 2. The notice, practice, review cycle. Notice. When you hear new English, stop and notice it. Practice. Use it immediately in a sentence. Review. Come back to it tomorrow. Example with the word improve. Notice. Improve means get better. Practice. I want to improve my English. Review. Next day, remember and use it again. Method 4. Spaced repetition. Learn something today. Review tomorrow. Review in 3 days. Review in 1 month. This is how memory becomes permanent. Method 5. Morning and evening routines. Morning, 5 minutes. Listen to English news and repeat one interesting sentence. Learn one new word. Evening, 5 minutes. Review morning's word. Write 3 sentences using it. Say them out loud. Grammar tip. Use will for promises to yourself. I will practice every day. Commitment. I will improve my English. Determination. I will be patient with myself. Self-compassion. Let's create a realistic plan that actually works. Your daily English plan, 30 minutes total. Morning, 10 minutes. Listen to English podcast or video. Write down 3 new words. Practice pronunciation. Afternoon, 10 minutes. Use morning's words in sentences. Have imaginary conversations. Describe what you see in English. Evening, 10 minutes. Review all new words. Listen to something enjoyable. Prepare tomorrow's learning. Before sleep, quick review. 5 minutes max. Then, sleep well. Key phrases for motivation. Progress, not perfection. Every day, a little better. Consistency beats intensity. Small steps, big results. Common mistakes to avoid. Trying to learn too much at once. not reviewing regularly, believing in shortcuts, giving up too soon. Your learning motto: I learn when I'm awake, I strengthen when I sleep. Let's be completely honest. There are no shortcuts to learning English. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. But here's the truth that should encourage you. You can learn English. Millions of people have done it. You can too. You don't need expensive programs, magic methods, sleep learning, special talent. You do need daily practice, attention and focus, patience with yourself, good sleep. Remember, your brain is already amazing. It learned your first language. It can learn English too. You just need to work with your brain, not against it. Final vocabulary review. Attention, focused awareness. Conscious, awake and aware. Notice, recognize something new. Active, engaged and focused. Evidence, proof. Myth, false belief. Your homework. Tonight, don't play English while sleeping. Instead, review what you learned today, 5 minutes, get good sleep. Tomorrow morning, see what you remember. I guarantee you'll remember more than if you played audio all night. Thank you for spending this hour with me, learning the truth. I know it's not what you wanted to hear. We all want easy solutions. But now you know what really works. If this honest lesson helped you, please share it with someone who needs to hear the truth about language learning. Subscribe for more real, practical English lessons. Remember, every English speaker you admire learned the same way, through attention, practice, and time, not through sleeping. You're already on the right path by watching this video actively. Keep going. This is Artificial Fluency, reminding you that real learning happens when you're awake, engaged, and ready to grow. Sweet dreams and active learning.